We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here and breaking through key resistance levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 7:36 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it popping up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY hitting new 52-week highs and all-time highs. But in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was HOLO. I mentioned it in the pre-market. It had news at 8:30 a.m. It was under a bull indicator and into the bell, and after the bell, there was full strength there on 42 vision. Inflows crossed to the upside, and it went up 300% plus at a highest point in the day within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, doing a full transition here from red bars to bright green bars. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the SP 500 index, under a bull indicator since Monday at the 492.80 area. And we talked about how there was a tight consolidation here within the charts on the SPY between 492 and the 494 area. And it's trying to transition back up from red bars to dark green. And today we needed to see to complete that transition, that strength, going into bright green bars, and here it is, continuing strong, and those inflows as well were back above, and they needed to push up higher, which we're going to take a look at in just a moment. And here we are with it, breaking out to retest the recent highs of 495, 496, and broke right through it, hitting new all-time highs here, and a new 52-week high of 498.50. Now, the question mark is, could it hit the $500 mark? I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you think it's going to hit and break it? And again, in yesterday's volatility, Tesla was ripping up higher at the open. It had a sharp drop here today, but you could see it here within the volatility, bringing itself back up. and trying to retest the highs. This is definitely something to not ignore going into tomorrow if it could break above 191 or 192, because this is the first time since yesterday that it popped back up since the downtrend, right? So lots of eyes there on Tesla. Now, here we are with the SPY under a bull indicator on the 30-minute, but when we zoom out and look at the 1 hour, it has a bull indicator as well, right? Since down here at the 484, 485 level, continuing that staircase effect after that tight consolidation and breaking out to retest that resistance level and hit newer highs. And that's what we were watching here in the last several days, right? I talked about how important it was to not be surprised every time it hits a new all-time high for a possible pullback, because it's a new all-time high. Eventually, there has to be some cool-off period, and these consolidations confirm it here, right? You want to see if support holds, and if it breaks, it could mean some weakness. But we have not seen a bear indicator here so far. Resistance levels keep on getting tested, and these bull indicators, even in the larger time frames, continue to hold. Now, when we zoom into the 15-minute within the volatility, we could see here a bull indicator popping up yesterday in the after hours at around 493.29, and it broke right through the high there of 494, broke through 496, which was the recent high back on Friday, and here it is, full strength there into today, and no bear indicator anywhere to be found, right? Within the volatility, there has been pullbacks, and it's currently pulling back, but no bear indicator just yet on the 15-minute. Now, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow, and we're going to take a look at the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, with inflows above the midpoint through the volatility here in the pre-market and switching back from red to green and pulling upwards away from the midpoint and hitting highs up here of 4.28. Now, what has begun here in the second half is outflows have begun, but it has not crossed the midpoint, and I will be watching that very closely here going into tomorrow, and it's something to not ignore going into the after hours as well. This is a pretty sharp drop so far on the 30-minute. Now, when we zoom out and look at it from the 1 hour, we could see these inflows full strength here from yesterday, crossing over, staying above it and pulling upwards, and so far has hit a high up here of 4.59, and the recent highs were up here at 5.54. Now, not guaranteed to hit it, but there's room there based off the history of the chart, and that's something I'm going to be watching if it can continue to push up to reflect any further strength here into these charts. Now, when we zoom in and look at it from the 15-minute chart, we could see in the volatility as well how these outflows have not crossed the midpoint to dominate. Not even in the pre-market, it quickly came back up, and in the zigzags of volatility, the stock continued to push up higher with this staircase effect because the inflows continue to dominate above the midpoint. Now, it is having a sharp drop here into the second half of the day and close, and I will be watching if into the after hours this crosses, because if it does, it can quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts, followed by a possible bear indicator. So I'm going to be watching that very closely here going into the after hours and going into tomorrow. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, if these outflows cross over to the downside and roll that weakness over into the 30-minute as well, the first support is 496, and then below that will be 494 and then the 492 area. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows. As you can see it there in the live action, it's getting pretty close, but for these inflows to hold above or come back up, roll that strength over into the 30-minute as well, stop it from crossing to the downside, and the first resistance is 498.50, and then above that is 500, and if 500 gets broken through, it'll be 502. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, but these inflow versus outflows, I will be watching them carefully here in the after hours as they're close to the midpoint and going into tomorrow. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.